Joined here with head softball coach Susan Cassidy-Lyke. Coach, before we open the floor to questions, give us your thoughts on the series win over Drexel.
Yeah, a lot harder today, obviously. We anticipated that they would come out strong because they've got good bats and stuff. We didn't have the pitching in the beginning of the game, but I guess what was really encouraging for us that we were able to bring in Fallon, even though she let up that long ball in the first batter, she really settled in and we were able to hold it from there.
Questions?
Coach, was the plan always to bring in Fallon to kind of piggyback, or did that kind of happen out of necessity?
Well, no, a little bit of both. The plan was that Fallon would have been the relief for Madison. We've been going with that mostly, so Fallon starts, Madison's our relief. However, that was a lot earlier than we had anticipated, and we really didn't want it to come to that. But a little bit out of necessity today.
Coach, more on Emma Fallon. Yesterday she had just 3 strikeouts, but today she got in a couple of jams, got some runners on base, but the defense helped bail her out, and she had 9 strikeouts today. Can you talk about getting some more swings and misses?
Yeah, definitely. She used the changeup, which really works well for her when she's got a changeup going, and her screwball, she can really do a lot. And I think the biggest part of what she did for us today was that she settled in right after that home run. A lot of people would not be able to settle in, but that just shows that she's a veteran and able to do that, and that just gives us some confidence as we move forward in the year.
Yeah, and after Fallon gave up the home run on her first pitch, what adjustments did you see from her going forward?
She settled in. She's very hard on herself. It's not like we even needed to tell her anything. She went back, took a couple of deep breaths, and then she went right after it after that, and we're proud of her for doing that.
And Riley Smith had 6 RBIs yesterday and followed up today with an RBI of her own. So how important is it for the freshmen on this team to kind of boost this team with 6 consecutive CAA wins?
Yeah, I think they know that everyone's going to get an opportunity, and it's good we're getting it from throughout the lineup. And so today we knew we needed to put her in the batting order after yesterday, and she proved that she can get an RBI, so very helpful.
Coach, how big is such a big first inning like that for just confidence for the rest of the game?
Well, we said that, like we scored 9 runs in the first inning, but then we didn't score again. So while that looks great and we're really happy we got that on the ball, we weren't happy with the approach of the batters as we moved on. But kudos to them for being able to put us off balance. But it's good we did have that, because then we've talked about this with the pitchers. You can make a mistake here and there, and you should really feel confident that your offense is going to come through when you need it.
Coach, after the big first inning, you guys had 9 hits total. Lily Epes came through with 2 hits later in the game. Can you speak about her performance today? A couple of nice runs as well.
Yeah, great. You know what? She can slap and hit hard that way, as well as lay the bunt down. And a little bit of speed always changes up the game. And Lily's really done well for us this year in the 9 spot. She's done a great job for us getting on.
In a series where you outscored them, I don't have it in front of me, but by 30 runs or whatever it was, how do you kind of feel good about it, but then move on to the next few games?
Yeah, like we just consistently say to them, yesterday was yesterday, today is today. Everything's going to be different, and I think you can just see from the series, right, Friday, Saturday, even though we did put up 9 runs, it wasn't as a dominant 9 runs as we did in the first 2 games. So, everything's different, and they got to take each day, one day at a time.
This concludes today's postgame press conference. Coach, thank you. Congrats on the win. Congrats on the series win.
Thank you.